Oh man, we back. We back, we back, we back, we back. Y'all see the title. Y'all know what it is. Intellectual Soapbox time. You know what I mean? Conversation time. You know what I mean? Conversation edition. And listen, this is something we got to talk about, y'all. Mm. This is
Oh
something
yeah.
that, yeah, I've been guilty of doing, and I ain't doing that shit no more. Um, the title of tonight's topic is we give toxic people too many passes. Woo, way too many. Way
Mm-hmm.
too many. Let me see who done checked in. A couple of y'all done checked in already. All right. Oh, my man. Hey Izar, what's going on, man? He says, yo, what's going on, man? Definitely, thank you for being here, man. You definitely the money for being here. Let me get my sound check involved. Let me get my soundboard involved. Hold on, where my soundboard at? It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Hold on, family, it's coming. Gotta give you the money sound. Hold on. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, man. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? You know what I mean? As always, I'm putting a link in the chat. You know what I mean? Y'all already know how we move. You know the rules. Stay on topic. You know what I'm saying? Don't come here with the BS and you all good. You know what I'm saying? You all good. But yeah, QB, let us know where we going with this. I'm here for it.
All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? So this topic has been on my mind for a long time, and I have come across toxic people. We all have come across toxic people at different stages of our life. The sad part is the toxic person. I think they know they're toxic or the behaviors they exhibit are toxic. However, they are such master manipulators that the person that's caught up in their little web don't even realize they're caught up because they are trying so hard to see the good in this person. And I have some personal examples from myself and from other people. It's like you want to keep giving this person a chance, a chance, a chance. And that's why you got 50 knife wounds in your back and you got
Mm.
scars on your front because you keep reaching out, keep catching the thorn bushes, and you know what I mean. But yet and still, they're not, but nothing. On the flip side of that though, y'all, we're gonna take some personal responsibility here.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we are the toxic people. And not to say
Mm-hmm.
once you're toxic, you're always toxic. But sometimes you exhibit or you grab a hold of some toxic behaviors and you don't even know how quite to let them go. Or maybe you don't want to let them go because it's working in your favor. So we're going to dig into that. But definitely on the other side, we give toxic people way too many passes because they either been long term friends, their family, their spouses. You know, we always try to excuse bad behavior. No more. We got to stop excusing bad behavior. We got to call people out on their ish, and we got to hold their feet to the fire. If you're not going to change with me, then you and I are not going to be in any type of communication ship. We ain't riding together together. You know. So yeah.
Wow. Woo.
I'm
I'm
sorry
with
if
you.
my sound went out. So many people, when I'm
We
doing
get.
something, people want to call me, but when nothing, don't nobody want to say nothing to me. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. And you kind of your camera side is frozen, but we can hear your voice though. We get your voice. If you
Am I
want if you
still
want if you
frozen?
want to leave out and come back in, so that way we can get the full detail of you, then definitely do that, family. Um, you know what I mean. In the meantime, y'all, I'm gonna shout some of y'all out because I see you up in the building. Got the homie Wally, man. Wally's always here, man. I love seeing him here, man. He says salute the Intellectual Soapbox crew in the chat. Definitely salute to you too, bro. He says two more subs and ISP is in the money of the 100 sub club. Yeah, 100 sub club is coming, man. We definitely gonna have 100 sub club show for that, man. We definitely gonna have that. You know what I mean? Oh, she's back. She's back. She's back. Yes, she is.
Okay.
She's back.
Is that
Hey, there
better?
she going full effect.
All
You know what I
right.
mean? And Wally, thank you for being here. You definitely in the money for being here. Also, we also got in three. You know what I mean? So what's up, everyone? What's going on
Oh,
in three? What's good, man?
M3,
You know?
like we ain't had no battle in a minute, so you got to come on up
Oh man, here she goes.
But I do have to say hi, Wally. He's probably gonna he probably gonna get tired of me saying that. I'm gonna say it. Look, until y'all watch the movie, then y'all won't get it. But the movie is called Wally, WALL-E, Wally, because he's a robot. Anyway, okay, moving on. So let's go ahead and first we got to figure out, okay, before we can address these toxic behaviors, first we need to
Mhm.
know what is a toxic person. But y'all know how I do. I like to start every show off with a quote. So there's so many quotes out there, and this is not the most profound one I found, but it's going to help get us started. People who are not happy with themselves cannot possibly be happy with you. And that's just one of many quotes that I felt like needed to be said. And that's one thing about toxic people. There's something on the inside of them that they either know exists and they just don't want to address it, or because they've been doing it for so long, it's become second nature to them and they don't even realize it. So there are times that we got to step out and, let them have it. There are times we need to grab them by the collar, make them face the mirror, and say, look, this is who you are before they actually get it. So,
Yo, yo, what's up, everyone?
all
What's going on,
right.
him three? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Hey, nothing much, man. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Chilling,
We're
chilling, man.
talking
What's
about
good?
toxic people. I know you done ran across some toxic people in your day. Time.
Oh yeah, man. Toxic people always rub their toxic ness around my vicinity. So, but I'm used to it. You just brush them off and get some disinfected and you spray them away. That's all.
Alrighty then. So okay. Let me ask you, gentlemen, and I need to step back for just a minute. I'm gonna handle this real quick. So I want
No
you all to
problem.
drop it off. Let's talk about, even though I hate man versus woman, we're gonna talk about it.
Huh.
Talk about some toxic experiences you had with women, because in relationships, we're gonna get a little adult a little later. I'm gonna save that other part for a little later on, but just
Mhm.
general relationship stuff for now. Try to keep it a little PG for now, because I definitely want to get into some R-rated stuff later. But
Yeah,
give me a
yeah,
minute.
yeah.
I'm gonna step away off the camera.
Yeah, all good. Shoot. Yeah, I ain't gonna be here for too long though, because I gotta get my dinner ready. But I'll definitely say, like, when it comes to, I know we always hear the word toxic masculinity, this, toxic masculinity, that, but no one ever really mentions toxic femininity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that stuff does exist, and don't get the word femininity mixed in like, oh, okay, like you're in your feminine nature. No, like as a so-called feminine woman, you will use femininity as a form of manipulation only to your benefit. So I'll put like a quick story, right? And don't mind my birds, right? I got 12 of them now, so they're pretty happy. But when it comes to like toxic femininity, most of them, you know, they choose to be masculine whenever that you want something from them. But see, when they want something from you and you refuse to give it to them, then they want to give you the sad face, the puppy eyes. They want to make you feel bad until you cave in and then you start simping for someone that doesn't even belong to you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the thing is, you know, as a person, right, who already has someone, why would I treat someone else that doesn't even belong to me? That's not gonna give me no sexual benefit or mental or emotional stimulation. Why would I put myself out there? But not even that. Even if it's like a friend or whatever, why would I put myself out there like that if you already know that toxic females will never reciprocate what you give them because they don't appreciate? If you give them something, all they're gonna do is brag about it as opposed to being thankful, because it's an expectation that you, as a man in this modern society, is supposed to give in and simp and do whatever they want to do because they have whatever that you're hoping to have that you'll never get. And the problem is, these men, they still don't understand that the more you keep giving, the more you keep trying for someone that doesn't want to be with you, you're fitting into that role of those toxic relationships. So
Mm.
you gotta really think about that, man. You know, like men, we gotta do better. Well, no, y'all gotta do better. I'm not putting myself in the equation. Y'all gotta do better, man. You know, because I keep telling y'all, but some of y'all don't want to listen, and then y'all come up to these spaces crying, be like, females this and females that. Don't come crying now. You know, like you should have been putting the work that most of these people have been trying to tell you. There's a balance to everything. You can be a kind person, but don't be a pushover to someone that's not going to give you anything in return. That's all I
Mm.
gotta say.
Mm.
And for
I
once, I'm
wanna.
not in my feelings, Mr. M3.
Hold on, Uncle. Before you respond back, gotta give a shout out
Mhm.
to people that checked in already. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Gotta give a shout out to Bro Clarence, aka Let's Talk About a Black Life. Please like and subscribe to that channel. Let's talk about a
Good
better
boy,
black
Clarence.
life. I was on there earlier today. Great topic. He definitely killed him and brother Rico. I also seen Marcus on there. Shout out to OG Patrice too. I know she rocked with them and she rocked with the Knowledge Relationship family. They are certified knowledge and relationship family. Okay, definitely check them out. Let's talk about a black life. And you know what I mean. They definitely the money for being here. You know what I mean. You already know. Also, we also got some family in here as usual. We got Frida Warren. She said, "Hey, Miss Kizila. Hey,
That's
family, what's going on?"
Auntie Frida. How many times I say Auntie Frida?
Auntie Frida. I'm sorry. That's Auntie Frida. Hey, Auntie Frida. You know what I mean? Let me be respectful. I ain't trying to get hit with the frying pan. Let me be nice.
Okay, because
You
she
know what I
lives in
mean?
your state. She can come get you. Though.
Oh, please don't come and get me, please, please. You definitely the money for being here. Thank you, Auntie Frida.
Oh, goodness. Now, for one, I'm not in my feelings from what M3 said because he is right.
Mm,
Women be doing the most and everything all the same time. But
whew.
I asked the men to speak first, so go ahead, Mr. Intellectual, because sometimes women need to hear something. We need to hear too.
Um, mm, I would say, for those, females. I won't even call them women. For those females who want to be unruly, I mean, you just gotta ask yourself, do you want to be a wife? Because that's what it's gonna boil down to. You know what I mean? I mean, if you don't want to be a wife, you kind of want to do your own thing and continue to do what you're doing. Get the results that you're getting. You know what I mean? I mean, that's as simple as I'm going to take it. Like, I think a lot of times we try to force things, or we try to be like, well, no, sis, don't do that. No, let her go ahead. Let her live with the results that she wants. That's what she want to do, right? She living her best life, right? She ain't got to listen to nobody. Cool. Don't listen to nobody. Keep going. Don't listen to nobody. Okay? Don't listen to nobody. I'm with you. You know what I mean? I support you not listening to nobody. Okay? I strongly support you. Okay? I'm not gonna deter y'all no more. I'm not telling y'all nothing no more. Okay? And yes, by me saying that, you should be afraid that I'm not gonna tell you nothing no more. Because I got a lot to say, but I'm not gonna tell you nothing no more because you don't listen. So because you don't listen, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna waste my breath or my time. And why would I? I have other things to do. I have other people who actually want to hear what I have to say and actually gonna value what I have to say. So men, listen. And this is why I kind of feel like men need to stop doing these topics about women with lashes and Lizzo and all these overweight women, or women who are underweight, or whatever women you have a problem with, right? Stop doing shows about these women, okay? Let them eat the fruit of what they want to do, and they will have to, through time, see if that works for them or not. Okay? If that is going to lead them closer to being a wife and being happy and actually being with somebody that cares about them, whether it's a man or a woman, cool. Like, hey, it works for them. But if it don't, which most times I think it won't, then let them come back to you, okay? You know what I mean? Listen, life is the best ass kicker of all time. You can't kick no ass better than life will kick your ass, okay? Let life kick them in the ass a couple of times, and then they will understand. Okay, they need some lumps. They need some growing pains. Let them get their growing pains. Stop trying to get away their growing pains, or they're gonna try to give you some pain, and they're gonna wind up giving you pain inside and out. So let them go through the growing pains. Let them go through whatever phase they need to go through. And once life is done whipping that ass, they will come back. Trust me, I've been there. I've been a young guy that ain't want to listen, and I thought I could do whatever I wanted. I was cocky. And then once life kicked me in the ass a couple of times, I came back and I said, you know what? I'm ready to listen. You know what I mean? But you got to get to that. So let them go through growing pains. Like I said, life is an equal opportunity giver, especially when it comes to kicking your ass. Okay. Now I got to give a shout out because I know QB got something to say. I got to give a shout out real quick to Von Eric. Von Eric, thanks for being here, bro. And everybody in the chat, y'all can come up too. Y'all know how we do. You definitely need the money for being here. Go ahead, QB.
Let's make this an extensive conversation because I mean I could talk all day long. I don't care, but I want to hear other people's point of view and your experiences as well because you know it's not just about me; it's about y'all. So you know, oh Lord, toxic people. Okay, there are people I've encountered because I'm such a nice, and I use that word so too much. I'm a nice, loving, caring, all that kind of person. Now, don't get it twisted. There is a dark side bubbling beneath the surface. However, I suppress her so much. And all you see is this light. And then oftentimes you see tears. And again, I've told y'all, all tears are not sad tears. So remember that. But because I focus on the light side of me, people try to manipulate and abuse, not try, they do. And so, but they don't realize that makes them a toxic person. I had one person in particular in my life, and I'm not gonna give the details because it'll give away how I know this person. Well, one minute they would contact me, they didn't have a car, I had a car. I was still driving and doing whatever. Can you come take me, or can you come do this? Can you do this? You know, so okay. And then it become like every day they needed something. And my nice dummy self, okay, give me a minute. Okay. And then it got to the point where when I chose and or was not able to do something for them, they had an attitude. They literally went off on me a couple times. And then it got to the point, okay, you're not going to talk to me any kind of way, and then I'm still going to answer my phone for you. And so then they started leaving me voice messages. This one particular day, I know you see my phone calls. You could just answer the phone and say something, you know, on and on. And so I finally answered the phone and said, look, I told you XYZ. You called me going off on me, and I have done nothing but be nice to you. I don't deserve this kind of treatment. The next couple of days, I'm sorry, I was just upset about something. Toxic, that is fucking toxic. I almost said the bad word. That is toxic. When you can flip the script and say, I was having a bad day, and you know, you didn't do what I wanted you to do for me out of the kindness of your heart. So I'm gonna flip the script and try to make you feel bad, but then I'm sorry I did it. And then that wasn't the first time and only time. So anyway, yeah. Now taking accountability for myself. Again, we can be the toxic people too. Baby, my tears. Some tears are sad tears. Some tears are manipulative tears.
Mm-hmm.
I should win an award, and I'm not saying this proudly, but I should win an award for the stuff that I've done. Lord help me. Yeah. So
don't tell yourself now.
Okay. Now there are some people though, they live, they bask, they marinate in all their toxicity, and they are just going to be who they are. We need to recognize those people, and we need to operate accordingly. You move that way, I'm moving this way. We ain't rocking and rolling together. I'm sorry, this ain't happening. Will they ever get tired of being that toxic person? I don't know, but yeah. M3 or Mr. Best, anything y'all want to add to?
Yes, I definitely got to give a shout out to somebody else in the chat. All right, some more families up in here. Brianna Cusick said QB rocking the green tonight. She is. You know what I mean, definitely thank you for being in the money, Brianna, for being here. We appreciate you.
Oh, that's my friend. Hey, Bree, all green, no envy. Okay. And that is actually a toxic trait if somebody's envious of you. Because let's go on this. Let's just go.
Hey, Hey,
let's
look,
just
before I head out, I could dig into that part as far as
go
like the
ahead.
envy, the jealousy, because
Yeah.
honestly, that is like very common, never rare without a shadow of a doubt. Unfortunately, man, you know, you could pour out your kindness to anybody that you encounter with, and that's for both men and for women. But the problem is, people they'll switch up on you, and you'll never know because it leaves you figuring out, well, why is this person doing this? Why this person acting a certain type of way? You know, like I gave that person he or she handouts, and you took advantage of handouts, but now you're disregarding, and now you're becoming my enemy.
Mm.
And the only
Mm.
simple answer to that is that it's because of jealousy. There's an envy of what people want, but if they can't attain that, if they can't reach that level that you reach to success, then they're going to be jealous of you. And jealousy is basically is the next step of a person's heart wishing, hoping, and praying to their gods for your downfall.
Ooh.
And so when you
Mm.
got people that's praying on your downfall, these are people that you may never really expect. But I can tell you there's some signs to that. Whenever a person is acting different or being distant, you know, don't look at it like, oh, this person's going through something. Maybe this person is being all weird, it's because they really want to be like you and they can never be
Mhm.
like you. They want to have the things that you have, but they can't have it. And the reason why they can't, they don't achieve those things or they don't have it is because they didn't put the hard work into it. See, if I put it into like relationships, right? All right. Like everybody wants something. They always want to hand out in relationships. They always want the easy way. But no
Mm.
one wants to put in the hard work into it. And that's why people get bitter. Because reality hits them. They find a person they're attracted to, but they expect the person to put all the work into it and he put zero effort in it. Well, I'm sorry, man. You gotta go find some more simps to do that. Male simps, female simps, simps is everywhere. You know, and it doesn't
True.
even matter.
Y'all
So
have to do a whole show on Simpsons. I need to know all about that.
we could
The
do one next time.
Simpsons.
Mhm. But yeah, man, it's really a downfall, man, especially within our communities. And until like we get that out of our heads and try to build each other up, we will never get the things that other people have.
Okay.
So I'll end it with that before I head out. But I definitely want to say salutes to everybody, you know, that's in the chat. Salutes to Intellectual Soapbox, QB, and everybody. Hopefully, stay tuned for Easily Reds that's coming soon in the Knowledge Relationships platform tonight. Hopefully that will be going on. But other than that, hey, if you enjoy this content, subscribe to the Intellectual Soapbox. You know, check out and follow them on Instagram and IG. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for having me up here.
Thank you, M3.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Much love. You know what it is.
Yeah, much love. All right, y'all.
All right. So, since we talked about them green-eyed people,
Mhm.
even though I'm wearing green, I'm trying to attract some money. So mind your business. Anyway, no.
Lord have mercy.
So types of toxic people. We got the narcissist, which we should all know what a narcissistic person is. They only care about they're self-centered, only care about themselves. They really don't care much about what you got going on. Um, there's one thing to have sympathy because you've been through what someone's been through, and then there's another thing called empathy, where you may not have gone through it, but you can kind of understand the emotion behind what someone's going through. Narcissistic people, they just don't give a damn. They don't care. They don't. If it ain't about them, they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And they truly believe they are better than everybody else. I'm smarter, I'm better looking, I'm this, I'm that. You can't touch me. That's a narcissist. Their ego is so
Mm.
inflated. It's like, I want to know what the air is like when they're playing it up there. Because, like, really? uh, yeah, the world revolves around them. And don't you dare try to call them out. Don't you dare try to tell them anything different than what they believe up here. Because, no. Then you get to see the dark side of them. And I've seen people like that. I've experienced people like that, not directly personally, but observed how someone else was treated by a narcissist. Um, you have your controller. They try to control everything. They think their ideas are better than yours. They want to manipulate again the situations. Miss Sophia, what's up, my queen sister?
I love you so much. Hey, 84.
Hey, Lady Sophia,
Hey,
what's going on? How you doing?
I love you
I'm
too. Thank you.
I'm having issues, but I'm doing a lot better.
Okay.
Slow but surely doing better.
Well, I am so happy to see you on the panel
Word.
joining us tonight for this chat. And
My,
please
my
jump in.
two favorite people. I love you all so much. The
Thank
world didn't
you.
have to know, but I love you two so much.
Thank you. Thank
Wow, thank you,
you.
thank you. We appreciate that for real. Thank you.
And so I'm just going to read this list real quick and then I'm going to let y'all tear it apart. Okay, so we talked about the narcissist, the controller. They just feel like they need to be in charge of every situation. You see these people a lot on your jobs. They feel like they're the boss when they don't even get the boss's pay. Look, you the same. We make the same $10.50 an hour. Sit down somewhere and mind your business. You
What
know.
in the world?
I mean, hopefully y'all making more than some people make more than 10.50, but you know what I'm saying. Um, the drama magnet.
Mm,
Okay,
mm,
they feed up gossip and drama. Oh, did you hear about? I can't believe. Oh, they're always in somebody's busybodies, always in
mm,
somebody's business. um, and drama just seem to follow this person. It's like, dang, you got some kind of sign we don't see. You got Honey and the Beast just following you. Like, think trouble follows them. Um, and then they want to put you in uncomfortable positions sometimes. They make a suggestion. Have you thought about, will you do this? Will you go with me here? And it's like, if you have to second guess something somebody asks of you, then it probably is not something good. It's probably not a good idea. you know. Then you got the energy vampires. They just want to take everything you got. If you leave from somebody feeling drained, like physically, spiritually, emotionally drained, those are energy vampires. They take everything you have. And again, there's some people who are so caught up in these behaviors, they don't even realize they're doing it. But because you are such a giving person and a unwilling, willing participant, however you want to look at it,
mm,
um, unconscious participant, um, they just take and take and take.
mm.
They create problems and feed on negativity. You told them not to. Ooh, child. You told them
Uh-oh.
don't date that person, but they do it anyway. You
Mm,
tell them don't get in that car with that person, don't take that trip, don't take that job. They do it anyway, and boom, you create a problem that didn't even be a problem in the first place. So anyway,
mm,
and then they
mm,
can sometimes criticize and bully you. Adult
mm,
bullies, I think, are worse than child bullies, children bullies
mm,
at times. And then you have the compulsive liar. That almost speaks for itself. I mean, they wake up, they eat, breathe, and just live off of lies. And I don't know why they lie. They use it as a manipulation tool. They also try to gaslight you. It's like your feelings are not valid. They try to invalidate your feelings and emotions about a thing, um, and guilt trip you. They got more guilt trips. They try to trip you up on more guilt trips a little bit. So anyhow, so let's just get into it, and we'll go back down the list if anybody wants to recap. But Sophia, since you just joined us, would you like to join in the conversation? Talk about a toxic person you may have come across, and what which one of these they behaviors they exhibited. Um,
First of all, let me say, ouch. I'm For everybody who don't know, I dealt with some really bad situations from choices that I made. I try to
okay.
see the best in everybody and disregard signs. I'm the one who will turn around and is like, you know what, it's okay. So I have my lunch. You know what, it's okay. Go ahead and stand here. And I try to do that. So there's some times when I'm a problem and it helps a person who may be rude be even
Mm,
more rude because it's like, she's going to take it. She's okay.
mm,
So I had to personally deal with that to where it drove me down to my knees. And I mean, it literally did that. And so I had to reach out to other people to heal because once you create that monster and it's upon you, you may not have all of the feedback or all of the weapons to deal with your situation. You created a monster. I created a monster. And it got extremely toxic to where currently, today, I had to delete Instagram. I had to because, I mean, threats and stuff like that. It's kind of like as grown-ups, there's two answers to any question, yes or no. And I got tired of falling down. I got tired of, holding myself hostage mentally. And I had to, I was pretty much a broom on a wall. I talked to people and then it hurt me. And when you hurt so bad to where you don't want to be here anymore, that's extreme toxic and it's painful. And, saying the panic attacks and everything. And I was like, no, 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 no. I don't need, mental therapy. No, 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 no. I don't need pills. I don't need this and that. But the person kept absorbing me and I didn't know how to run after I opened all of the doors. After I opened all of the doors, I can't say, okay, I'm afraid of the boogeyman, but I'm the one who opened all of the doors and didn't close any doors or whatever. So I had to, breathe and adjust and see that I couldn't do it. And I was turning into this person, that person, that person, trying to identify and find myself. I let an evil person create me to be in my 50s, a coward. And it hurt. It hurt, and it drove my kids didn't know what to think. You get embarrassed and you tell friends. For me personally, it didn't help until I let somebody know. And to I know one thing that 84 has told me is to get help, and to the point to where my kids even reached out to, some of you all and everything because they were really lost and they didn't know how to, they didn't know how to heal me. And the thing of it is when you can't do it by yourself, if you love yourself and if you want to have life, which I didn't want life. So I had to reach out. It got that bad. I'm still dealing with it, now. And the bully is like, oh, okay, well, you want to do this, then I'm going to do that. So when it gets that toxic to where, it's threats and everything, and, they do ugly, horrible things or whatever, you have to stand up for yourself because if not, they will pull you back in the shadows. As far as the busybody people, we all have those church members who be like, girl, so-and-so lights got cut off. Girl, this and that. And I'm not going to lie, I laugh. It'd be so funny. I should push people like that away, but I'm silly, y'all. I ache my shoe size a lot.
I think we all do sometimes. Yeah,
I
I'm
be
not.
wanting to hear who likes cut off.
Oh God. And I'm from the South, like the South, and so
Not the
yes.
lights cut off. Oh my god.
You know how them church members is, girl. You know how the so and so kids done got, yeah, they locked all of them up. Girl,
Mhm.
you know who lights got cut off? Yes, and they repoed the car too. And you try not to, but then you hold your hair and then you look through, saying your hand over your face, and I'm silly, y'all. I'm silly. Y'all pray for
No,
me,
I
please.
mean,
Pray for
because
me.
down here, I can't speak for other black churches. That's been a lot of my life experience. I'm talking about the ladies come to church with a two-piece suit, matching shirt, matching shoes and purse, and they big old church hats, and they be on a yes, pastor, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. And as soon as service is over, and they in the parking lot, girl, like, did you hear about? Mm-hmm. Look at her, and like, that's what they do. That's what they do. I'm like, oh my God. Or then they start talking before church. Okay, church called to order. They sit down like, they all in the service. They might be the only one crying. They may be the loudest person crying and shouting. And then as soon as church is over, again, things I witnessed for myself. So I know. I feel you, Miss Sophia. I'm not gonna call you Miss Sophia because that reminds me of Color Purple. So I'm gonna call you
Uh,
Whatever you want to call me or whatever. My if you see the African spelling of my name, I'm called everything. So I take it all or whatever. However, to anybody wants to spell it, I'm like, because I got whoopings, I would not spell that. I'm like, oh my God, all these letters and everything or whatever. So whatever you call me, it's fine.
All right, and we must, Mr. Intellectual, can we get some, some musical something for my queen sister over here?
I got some for all right.
No, don't get her started.
Hey,
Well,
don't
welcome,
play with
Miss
me. Don't
Queen
play with me.
Forever.
Oh, this is not your show. God.
Okay,
Go
look,
ahead.
Don't
Go
let's
ahead.
play
talk
with
about.
me.
Come on,
Every
y'all.
show is my show. Don't you know? You're
Look,
gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
she named Queen for a reason. Okay, how you
Hey,
doing,
Queen.
sister?
I'm good. How are you guys?
All right,
Hey,
so
Queen.
we're talking about these toxic
Whatever,
people.
84.
So I know in your day, your time, your line of work, and wherever else in between, you done ran across these toxic people. So go on and share your experience.
I think the biggest toxicity is just the lack of like I don't know, I think people just don't have any confidence in themselves, so they like to drag people down with them or try to. They may have what you consider everything, but they're still not happy, which I find to be very sad. And they don't understand how you may have less than them, maybe not driving a brand new car, and be happy. So they kind of, girl, what I did, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, if you always gotta talk about it, that means you ain't about it.
Okay.
Shut up. Please be quiet. Whatever. So I don't know. I've had plenty of toxic people, and I think at times I've been toxic.
Yeah. We all.
So yeah, like in drama, and I'm over it.
Okay.
I'm like, leave me alone.
At some point in life, many mature people like us, we decide, those behaviors are no longer cute. It wasn't cute to begin with, but it's really not cute now. It's not beneficial because I feel like the more you try to keep up this facade and these toxic behaviors, it's like, okay, the the liar. Once you tell one lie, you got to keep telling lies to cover up for the other lies. But it's like you got to remember what you said over here and there, unless you go until you get caught up. So yeah, it's too much work. And this is me. You may think I'm being manipulative. I'm just a nonchalant person at times. If I don't want to, I don't want to. If I want to talk, I don't. Like, and I'm not trying to manipulate you or anybody else. I'm just not doing what you want. So now you consider me to be toxic. But sometimes we can mislabel people because they don't do what we want them to do. I'm not saying anybody here, just we in general. And that's another conversation, an extension of this conversation. But so I want to talk about, okay, so we're dealing with somebody toxic. What are some ways y'all think, like, what are some ways you've dealt with those toxic experiences in your, I don't say in the past, but in the past? So we're going to let the ladies go first. Well, Mr. Intellectual, you've been quiet up there in your corner.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to some fam that checked in already.
Okay.
We have our wonderful sister, man. She is so dope. Misunderstood. Thank you for checking in, sis. She says hello back to you, sister, and definitely thank you for being here. She's definitely in the money for being here. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Misunderstood on YouTube. She has a great channel, and she has a great, fascinating journey that she's telling you about. So please check that out. And she's definitely in the money for being here.
Thank you for checking in. And then We'll Talk Promotions. I didn't see them at first. Thank you.
Oh, that's Wally. That's Wally again.
Okay. And thank you, Wally, for holding down the comment section. He's our bodyguard tonight. So look, I'll get out of pocket.
I think Wally's a mod if he's not about to make him a mod. Hold on.
Y'all can get out of pocket if you want to. But anyway, it's all good over here. All right, so let's talk about how to deal with these toxic people. So how do y'all, when you encounter someone that, I'm not even liking their vibe, they can go on with that, how you deal with them?
I think I just try to keep my distance. If I always say the person who, the saying, the person who's always spilling tea is the one who always bringing you the tea is the one who's always spilling it. So I just try to stay away from it, especially, when you work for a big company, you get, and people have been there for a while, people get caught up and they say things and then they want to play telephone and act like you said and you ain't said nothing. So I just, I've learned to drink my water and mind my business. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like I always say, look, their name ain't on my check. They don't write my review. I don't give a damn what they think about me. Go ahead. Because you ain't getting in the way of my money or my livelihood. So yeah.
I wish we could play songs on here.
Sometimes I confront it. I confront the person who is hold on.
Okay. I wish we could play songs on here because there's a song. There's a song that says I don't know all the lyrics, but it was on TikTok. It's like, I'm gonna drink water and mind my business. It was like to this island kind of vibe. I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I'm just gonna drink water and y'all can have that little horse and pony and monkey show, whatever you want to, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So, Mr. Best, what are some ways you deal with toxic people?
With me, I keep my distance and I let them fester. I let them spread the toxicity somewhere else. And that always works. It always works. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, once they're kind of done, getting a few lumps, as far as life, they come back and we have some very interesting conversations. And, I ask them in-depth conversation, like, hey, what did you learn while you was out there? And, and they share because some people ain't like me. Some people just they ain't gonna just block you, just keep their distance. They gonna really bring you some real life smoke. Listen,
Um,
you want Billy Bad Butt? Guess what? Billy Bad Butt gonna come for you. Okay, and you gonna have to pay the price for that. And if you want to pay the price for that, then go ahead. You know what I mean? I ain't stopping you. Go ahead. You know what I mean? It's your life. You know what I mean? It's now or never. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna live forever. I know that's the song lyric, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you gotta learn from those mistakes. It's not on me. This is on you. You'll learn from it. You'll be better. You know what I mean? Or maybe you might be worse. I don't know. You know what I mean? And hopefully you survive. Whatever you put out there, hopefully you're able to survive it. You know what I mean? Hopefully you're able to survive it. Because if not, then guess what? That's on you again. You know what I mean? And that's what we gotta understand. A lot of times this is on them. You know what I mean? Stop trying to put things that's for other people on yourself. You know what I mean? Look, people ain't trying to give away their blessings. You know what I mean? Why would you take on their curses? Don't make no sense. You know what I mean? So I'm not taking. If you ain't even trying to bless me with no finances or no resources or anything else. Why am I gonna take a curse from you? It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
you
Anybody
ever?
else can answer.
I know you. Are you on TikTok, Mr. Best, or you're on Instagram? No, I'm asking because there was a guy who did. I follow him. Before he became real popular. He's a cheerleading coach and choreographer and all that. And he did this little one funny little thing that poof be gone, your makeup too strong. So it's like,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
poof be gone. Your energy is too strong. Your energy is all wrong. Look,
Mm-hmm.
we just have to tell people like, look, back up, Satan, or whatever you want to call it. Like, not today. We ain't doing that over here. Oh yeah. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. Y'all,
No,
I'm gonna walk.
it's an easy fix. It's an easy fix, family. It's a very easy fix.
You know
I'm
what? I'm gonna have to personally clip, and I don't have Instagram anymore, but I'm gonna have to personally clip what you say at 84 because everybody knows me. I take on everybody's stuff. I don't care how heavy it is and everything. I try to be the nice guy and everything. And what happened to me actually was a first. So, I mean, I'm thinking that's why I took it too hard. But I know, like, where I stay at, there was people arguing, and one of the parents took everything. And I had just gotten a new HP, laptop. I was happy and everything or whatever, so there's no, back to school sales or whatever. It's just something that I was rewarding myself with. And I didn't want the baby to not have a laptop.
okay.
The mom was, some dad was like, okay, you want to act a fool, repo and everything. And I felt sorry for the child. And I was like, you know what? It'll be okay and everything. And I didn't want that child to explode. So I had a choice on using 2 old cell phones and a tablet and letting that baby have a laptop so he can at least have something normal going on in his life. Or I could have just, said, oh, it's nothing to see here and everything, and just, then do away. I gave the kid my, and I didn't ask for anything or whatever. I was like, I don't want you to be without. I know, what it's like to be without. I got put out at the age of 15. And I didn't tell that child that because that child is still a child. I'm not going to turn around and talk about what I did when Yo Blow and Methuselah was, rolling dice and everything or whatever. I just wanted that kid to have a good moment. And I think for me, I'm going to always try. But right now, I have to heal me and everything. I used to, get up and walk, have a panic attack, go back in the house and everything. That's how bad it was for me. So that's just my fate. I wish I was 84. 84 is hilarious. I love his laugh. I really do, y'all. That was my therapy and everything. And I would just click back just to hear his laugh. And there was somebody who I was talking to, and I was like, his laugh makes me feel so good and everything. And so it was like, yada, yada, yada. I didn't care, and I didn't hear what he said. I'm up here laughing with, saying all 8 of my teeth showing, and I have more than 8, but saying it's just certain things that certain people have. Everybody on the panel has been somebody who pulled me up, but it's certain things that certain people have that can pull somebody up. And I'm going to always try, even if I fall, and I know that I messed up this time, but even if I fall, I'm going to always still try to help somebody up.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you.
All
You
right,
are
so
so welcome. I do love your laugh, though.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, my laugh, I guess, is one of a kind. Thank you. Appreciate it.
all right, so I'm gonna read real quick a list of how can you recognize the signs of a toxic person, because they can, put on a facade. And now, when I say toxic person, it's something that's consistent. Some people just have a moment a day, but there are people who are toxic who that is literally their wake up and go to bed every day, all day kind of self. They are inconsistent. Now I have to say I'm guilty of that one because I don't text back quick. I don't call back quick. I'm inconsistent in that ways. I fall into my spaces and I don't want to. And yeah, I got to work on that. I'm pointing myself out on that. They always need attention. They don't really care what you got going on. It's all about them. Going back to the narcissist, controller. Is me. What about me? There's always drama. We talked about that. They don't respect your boundaries. No, I don't feel like it. No, I'm just, no is a sentence. And they can't tolerate it. And so they're going to find a way to go over and around and under and through your boundaries. No. Simple as that. So those are some signs. They abuse substances. There are some people, I think someone mentioned before, there's something so deep within them. I'm not going to say this wrong, but something they're battling, they don't know how to control. And so then they turn to other substances to combat whatever they're feeling and dealing with without actually getting real help. So let's talk about that. There are times that we are the toxic person. So again, looking at these signs, looking at these traits, we need to start looking at ourselves and say, am I guilty of this? Can I do better? Where can I do better? So again, M3 mentioned it earlier, we got to say accountability as well. We can point fingers at other people all day long, but at some point, we have to do that mirror check. We did a show about that some months ago. You got to face the mirror for yourself. Before you start pointing fingers at other people, look in the mirror for yourself. Now, if you done checked all your boxes, fine. You can point out other people's stuff. So anywho, let's talk about, okay, before we get into why we give them too many passes, I told y'all earlier that we was going to go into a little R-rated conversation. We all grown here, and so we're going to talk about sex. Because some people use that as a form of manipulation. And that's very toxic. So I want to ask you all, whatever you're willing to share, of course, please do not give details, but time frame or any identifying factors. Have you ever encountered someone who was toxic on a sexual level? Not that they were freaks and they want to explore. They knew that what they had to give was good and you was going to want it and accept it. And they used that to their advantage. Miss Sophia.
Lord, have mercy.
Oh, wow, me first. I know with my little girl's dad, which my oldest daughter, I was married to her dad. And then the Coco, I dated her dad. The man would not say no. He wouldn't let you say no if you were a woman.
Oh.
And he wasn't Mr. Bad Leroy Brown or anything like that. He just, if he wanted it, his thing was, I'm gonna get it and everything. And it wasn't anything spectacular. With me, I couldn't say no. And this is a person when in our relationship and we shacked up, thought he had a girl pregnant and was like, Sophia, it's this girl who telling me that I ain't got the baby and everything, but that baby ain't mine and everything or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And so, you know what I'm saying, we went on, and my thing was, when our lease is up, you go where you're going and I'm going where I'm going. And he simply said, no, I'm not. And later on down in our relationship, because the baby ended up not being his, and he was like, look, you got to understand, we human and we make mistakes. I know I'm not a kid, but I'm human and I make a mistake. I don't know why it was, I guess so, but that's how stupid I was back in, back yonder and everything. And later on in life, when I was pregnant with Coco, I didn't know. His thing was, if I want it, I got to have it. If you at work, then I'm going to get it somewhere else. That's what happened. I worked in a hospital and I worked third shift. And he ended up knocking my sister up. My sister and I stayed together and everything. And so my daughter has a cousin brother. She's born in January of 99. He's born in May of 99. I don't talk to either one of them. I didn't chastise the kids and everything. That was the straw that broke my back. Sometimes you gotta say no, but that one was a whammy right there.
Girl, this sounds like a Lifetime movie, made for TV movie. Something. I swear, you could make some money out of this story.
You kick me too hard. I'm just gonna turn around. I'm not even gonna get daddy to pack the leather thing. I'm like, a dog would turn around and run. He ain't gonna take the food bowl or nothing. It's time to go. It's time to go. I'm not packing anything. Look, good riddance. Deuces.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Queen.
Hey, what's the question now?
So we talking adult talk here. Have you ever encountered someone that used sex as a way to manipulate you?
Hell no.
Oh.
Hell no.
We knew better than to ask you that, Queen. And I'm gonna have to retire my shank. I'm too weak to have a shank for you. I should have known. She said, hell no. Next question.
No, I think it was it wasn't necessarily sex. It was more I did have someone that I felt like emotionally had me like wrapped around his finger. And then eventually the finger broke, so I got out of that.
Okay. Okay.
He was just, I mean, I don't know. I was young, so I mean, I learned early with a lot of stuff just about not getting. And I think once I got out of that, it made me not want to connect that deep.
Okay.
So I mean, I would have friends, they would call themselves my boyfriend, but I would have like maybe one or two guys that I wasn't really serious about that I was seeing, but it wasn't really anything deep, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then it was weird because it's like when I started getting really connected, something always happened, whether they moved away or I moved away, or so yeah. And then I moved to the West Coast, so that was a whole nother beast. These people over here. So anyway, we're not gonna go there.
Okay.
That's a whole nother story. Needless to say, I found my husband in New York, East Coast. Okay. I could not find him out here. I was not going to find him out here, rather.
Alrighty. I will share my experience, and not to say it is what it is. So I met a guy roughly 20 odd years ago. And we connected, and it was really more or less, I don't want to say on a dare. I was talking ish, thinking I was this pretty thick girl who could pull any man I wanted. Because I was going to prove something, you know? Because it was back in the time when plus size women weren't really just hitting on anything. Well, society made you feel like plus size women weren't hitting. And so I'm like, well, this guy, he, you know, decent looking. I'm going to talk my noise and, you know, see what I can do. So it started out that way. And it wasn't so much as, I'm trying not to be as graphic here, but it wasn't so much of like what he had, which is so, I'm trying to be real, not be graphic and use my words right. Let's just say he had enough to do what he needed to do, you know. But it was something about the energy that was attached to it. And me being that age at that time didn't recognize or know much about energy transference. And so time went on. We lost track here and there. We picked back up. Well, in my more mature state, we connected again. And I felt those old rush of feelings come back again. But however, it was different. It was like, okay, something is different about this. This is not good for me. It's not good for me spiritually. While it may feel good, I know that he's using his energy. And how I know that, we have had conversations about energy transference, believing in things, in higher powers, and again, just from conversation, things I've learned that he said, I'm like, oh, okay. So he was in a sense manipulating how I felt for him to his advantage to get what he wanted and needed from me. And me fell for it until I got to a point like, you know what? It took me receiving a sign that was painful, physically painful, to say, okay, I can't keep doing this with this person, you know. So yeah. And I hate that it took that for me to cut myself off. But sometimes we gotta hit our bottom, like our physical bottom, in order for us to wake up and say, okay, this is no good for me. Because y'all know what before I get to that, we're gonna talk about toxic in relation to science and then the body, and then okay. Go ahead, Miss Smith. Oh,
Well,
Princess K. Hey, baby girl.
Princess Kate, thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? You definitely the money for being here. And no, I ain't never had that problem, so I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. That ain't never.
No woman trust.
Yeah, Mr. Best ain't. Yeah, nah. Nope, Mr. Toy Showbox. Nope.
You ain't never got. Okay, you know how Pepe Le Pew gets caught up in the sin of the little girl you like. You ain't never got caught up in the sin of it all.
I mean, you know, when I was a maybe like a younger person, and yeah, but as a grown person, nah, I'm cool with all that.
Okay.
I mean, and it's a simple fact of you just gotta. Yeah, okay.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, okay. It's a simple fact of, you know, you gotta, you know, of course there's gonna be people that you like, but once they kind of show you and they show you their card, yeah, you gotta keep it moving.
That's
you
right.
gotta keep it moving. You have to, or if not, it's gonna hold you back. You know what I mean? And you also hold them back too, whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right.
You're right about that.
So I want to talk about toxic substances, and how it affects your body, and relate that to our encounters with toxic people. So as we know, a lot of stuff come with warning labels. I wish I had something close by me. Only thing close by me, nail glue. Imagine what would happen if you ingested this nail glue. First of all, your throat will start getting glued together. That's the first thing. But outside of that, there's this big warning, not big. There's a red label with an X on it. Basically, it's a warning label. And so there are many things see what else I got. Air freshener. Um, in big letters, caution. Only as directed. Keep out of reach of children. Da, 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 da. So there are many things that are considered toxic if you ingest them. They get in your body. For those people who have certain health conditions, especially people who are on dialysis, where their kidneys are not functioning properly, if they miss a treatment or multiple treatments, their blood becomes toxic. And then that leads to some serious issues happening in their body, which could ultimately lead to death. So they get septic, and you definitely, everyone hear that come out of a doctor's mouth. So anyway, we have to look at people in the same manner. If we keep hanging around them, we keep ingesting their bile, we keep on, and we don't wear a mask, or we don't put any blockers and boundaries up with these people, they're going to keep infiltrating our body, our mind, our spirit, our soul. Eventually we're going to be so caught up in it, we don't even realize we're caught up in it. And it's going to start eating away at us. We're going to wonder, why don't I have any energy? Why do I have a nasty attitude? Why do I, all these questions. So, yeah. So I want to talk about, tonight's going to be a little shorter show, but I want to talk about, why do we give them so many passes? Why do y'all feel we give people so many toxic people so many passes? So, Queen?
I think I feel bad. I do have a heart, and there are strings that are attached to it. So I think sometimes you just have the hope, oh, they're going to change. Oh, they're going to change. It's going to be different this time. It's like DV, you always make excuses. But I think as I got older, I realized that I don't need a crowd around me to feel secure. And once you get out of that mindset, where it's like when Facebook came on the scenes, everybody wanted to have all the followers, like, oh my gosh, how many followers you got? And it was people that you don't even really know or speak to, and as time goes by, I just go, why? Oh, I see you like the picture of mine, but when I see you in, at an event or something else, you barely speak to me or call me. So you don't need to see my pictures, block, delete, So, I think sometimes you just gotta evaluate why do you have these people around you, and what is it about you that makes you think that they need to be? I think some people just have to really be burnt to a crisp to get it. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can see how they treat other people and go, yeah, I'm cool. So yeah, I think it's we got to evaluate why do we have them around us? What is not necessarily their toxicity, but what about them, or the number or the quantity, what it makes us feel. You know what I mean? Because all crowds are not good crowds, just like all money's not good money.
Yes.
For instance, I'm going to say this again. You saw what happened to Chris Brown in Portugal, I think. He almost got into a fight with someone who paid $1,000 to meet him.
What?
And yeah, so I'm just saying, like I said before, all money's not good money.
Wow. They paid $1,000 just to fight him, or?
Well, it looked like they were about to get into a fight, and they were like pulling him away, and and then some lady is screaming like, "Go away, go, get out of here, Chris, get out of here." And I'm like, if you don't like him, why would you pay that money to punk him? Some people are just crazy. That's what I'm saying. Some people just don't have a good snap factor. They just break. They're not pliable. They just break.
Oh God. Oh Lord, thank you. So, yeah, I feel I'm going to speak for me. I give people too many passes because I'm always trying to see the good in people. I'm always trying to be that person. Like, well, they may have some redeeming qualities. Versus, you know what? You burn me once, twice, maybe three times. You're not gonna get a chance to do it again. You manipulated my emotions. You took advantage of my kindness. And I know I have to get to a point where I gotta let no be my no, and that's it. Complete sentence. Exclamation point, period, complete sentence. Um, because some people they'll play the victim with you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just having a bad day. I really didn't mean it. And they'll, adjust their behavior the next couple of interactions, and then they fall right back into that toxic behavior. And oftentimes you may not even see it coming because they become such a master at their craft that they know just how and when to do it all. So we need to constantly, well, I'm going to stop. I hate to say we need to constantly be on guard, but almost in essence we do with people. Even people we're married to. We need to be on guard at times, especially if they've shown flags. If you saw flags when you were dating and possibly engaged, it's okay to say this relationship is over. This relationship is over. You cannot convert anybody who does not want to be converted. You can't save everybody. It's not your responsibility. And I'm speaking to myself. You as me. Um, yeah, you just can't. You can't give more of you than you're getting in return. Okay. Mr. Best.
Man, fam, you said it all right there. Like you cannot give more. You can't cheat yourself. You know what I mean? In order to treat somebody else, like that's never gonna rock, and we have to see that. But I think a lot of times we end up in those situations because we feel like, oh, this person may be a good person, or oh, I really care about them or whatever. And it's like, look, it ain't that much love in the world. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And my mom and my grandma always used to say that ain't that much love in the world. I think my grandfather used to say that too. But yeah, God
It
rest his soul.
is.
But yeah, ain't that much love in the world. So
It
at the
is.
end of the day, you sometimes have to, say, you know what, this is not working for me, and it's not working for you, and it's time to keep it pushing.
Okay.
And like I said, sometimes you have to keep it pushing because sometimes you are blocking that person from growing. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
We
that's a
have to
good
be we
one.
have to be aware of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you are blocking them from growing. And you may not think that you're blocking them, right? You may think like, man, I'm the only person that can help
I
them. It's like,
am.
no, no, you're the only person that just that's just there. Like that's all it is. You're the
I'm
only
the
person
only
that's
person
there.
that can help you.
Everybody else has been smart enough to get up out of there and leave. You know what I mean? Because they
Um,
see that the person ain't gonna do nothing good, and they ain't nothing good coming from them, so they get up out of there. But you think that you can run up in a burning building and save something when you ain't even got no type of any type of training on how to deal with fires, but you think you can save somebody? Yeah, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
I
And we see
can.
people making comments in the chat. Okay, it said the question to ask with every person in your circle is how does this person improve the quality of my life?
yeah.
Definitely, definitely. You know what I mean? Proclaimer says facts. This kid says yep. And she says, and be aware of manipulative language, behavior pattern. True that.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes. Hey, a unicorn word.
Hey, we also got Unicorn Word checking in. Unicorn, what's going on? What's going on? Good to see you. Definitely the money for being here. Appreciate you. Princess K has something else to say. I'm here for it.
Uh
She
oh.
said, I've been close to people I had to cut off once I notice a pattern. They do something wrong, and then when you confront them, you notice how they counterattack with something they are upset with. True that. True that.
Yeah. Amen. So,
Or
that's what I want to leave off with. It's a nice and shorter show, y'all. And I appreciate everybody for coming through. Appreciate the panel so very much.
you're welcome anytime.
But just want to leave you with
Oh,
these
God.
few points on how to deal with toxic people. And I think we've
Mm.
kind of covered it, but just to wrap this all up. First of all, you confront them. Um, hold on, back up, watch yourself, whatever you want to say to them. You call out a specific behavior and let them know that you know what they're doing. And they may not change with you. I mean, they may go away. They might not ever change. But you have already let them know, I see you, I recognize you, and they might think twice before try to come back your way. Now, just like criminals try to be masterminds and manipulation and working around systems, a toxic person will try to come up with a new design on how they can come back at you. And you be like, block, 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 I recognize you, stop, go away. You know, they eventually stop trying with you, but they still gonna move on to somebody else. Hopefully that other person is strong enough to deal with them. Set stricter boundaries. Again, no is a complete sentence. Period, exclamation point, no. How many languages you want me to say in no, no, no? It's usually no or nah, no. You know, you want to get real sassy with it. Hell no. But anyway.
Hell no. No. Sing that song.
Set them boundaries, y'all. And did you know that setting boundaries is a form of self-care? We're going to do another show on that another day.
Boundaries?
Self-care. It incorporates quite a few. Setting boundaries is a form of self-care. And then, last but not least, which probably should have been first, cut them out of your life. Like Princess K said. Look, I got my sisters stay ready. Which way we doing? Up, down, left, and right. Come on. Cut them out of your life.
Right, cut.
If they are not adding...
Your price is way too high. You need to cut it.
Hold on, Unicorn has a comment. Just It happened to me as a test last week. Someone tried to come into my life after a year, and I didn't respond. Hey, okay. Good job.
That's what's up. So, y'all, that is going to do it. I'm going to read one more quote, because y'all know how I do. The queen of everything over here. Queen of quotes, queen of everything.
That's right.
All right, so there's so many quotes. Let's see. Okay. Some of the most poisonous people come disguised as family and friends. What you say now? Okay. So look, y'all be on y'all P's and Q's. Keep y'all antennas on points. Recognize those toxic people. They may not ever become converted and reformed, but hey, they don't have to infiltrate your life and infect you. That's my 2.5 cents. Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk. No. Queen, any final words you would like to leave?
I just want to say that even sometimes the level of toxicity, you have to evaluate your own toxicity, because your toxicity could be attracting that type of toxicity. So straighten up, adjust, and move accordingly. That's all. You know, we all have levels of toxicity in us, but you know, what are you attracting to? Sometimes it's not just the other person. It could be what you've allowed to become norm. You know, whether it's people gossiping, whether it's people, you know, stealing stuff. You know, what is the toxicity that you've let down and allowed to be the norm, that these people think it's okay to bring it to your door?
Yes.
I don't drink toxic water, okay? I'm done on that diet. I'm off that.
We on filtered over here.
We on Mountain Spring, not even filtered. I'm getting it from the source. Okay. Mountain Spring water, okay? All day, every day.
You can make me feel bad about drinking my bubbly water.
I don't eat canned goods.
Look, okay. Look.
Lord have mercy. Listen, thank y'all for tuning in to another. I'm seeing the comments. I'm seeing everybody agreeing.
Princess came under a unicorn word.
Yes, I see them two talking. And she said, it took me 7 years to get away from that toxicity. Okay, Brianna, okay. Hey, it's a process. It is a process. I feel it. You know what I mean? Everybody giving their pleasantries and greetings. Look, y'all, we appreciate everybody in the chat for coming through. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate my whole panel. Thank everybody for coming through. This has definitely been, the Intellectual Soapbox Conversations edition. We'll be
Yes,
back next
ma'am.
week, y'all, with some more
Hey.
heat for y'all. You know what I
I'll-
mean? Go ahead, Queen.
I want to say one more thing. I think also too is like look at where you're at, and the struggles that you have, and things that have been detrimental to your life, meaning like whether it's addictions, whatever it is, mental health, whatever it is, and look at the people who are around you too, and seeing, do these people really care about my well-being 100%, like my mental, physical,
Mhm.
emotional health? Because if they don't, like if people are going to take you to places that may trigger you, put things around you that may tempt you, then they don't need to be in your life either. Or when you say, hey, I don't do that, oh man, wait, why you ain't do that, man, you boring. I had plenty of people tell me, man, Queen, you don't do that. No, I'm crazy enough. I don't need any outside substances to help me, So, when people have around you and they want to entice you into something that you may not, like my best friends are the ones that go, you want to, okay, Queen, well, we going over here. Maybe you can meet us later because I know you're not into that. Yeah, okay,
Hold
I'll
on.
meet you later.
Hold on, Queen. Hold on. So listen,
What?
I have to close this out. I
Okay,
gotta run.
that's it. All right.
But listen,
Peace out.
thank y'all all for tuning in. You know what I mean? We will definitely, be back next week. You know what I mean?
Oh,
We
not
definitely
next
gonna bring
week.
up
I'm
some
sorry.
heat.
Not next week. The following
Oh, not
week.
next week. Not next week. Okay, we got stuff we
Ooh.
got mixed doing.
On the next show, the September 13th, we're going to have a special guest,
Ooh.
Damon
Mhm.
Thomas, who is the creator of Men of Courage. And so Mr. Best, and hopefully Vaughn will take the lead on this. It's going to be men telling women, like, now this is going to come from a deep personal space, not what women are doing wrong or this, that, and the other. Men have feelings and emotions and battles and things too. So it's like, women, we're going to take a little seat back and say, okay, if we say we love our men are going to tell us how we can be there for them. And this is going to be a no judgment zone. If there's shenanigans pop up in these comments, I'm just going to say security, and they know what to do.
We're bouncing you out.
So September 13th, put that on your calendar right now.
I'm a Serena Slam you. Don't play with me. I got my tennis racket. I'm a Grand Slam you. All righty. You can close it out, Intellectual.
Sorry, Intellectual. We done.
He's sleeping now. He fell asleep. Wake up.
How he get...
The DJ.